Antigua's sole professional soccer team, the Rhinos, Antigua Barracuda FC, kick off next on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Soccer at Rosenlund Stadium as the Rhinos host the newest member of the American Division, Antigua Barracuda FC. Good evening, soccer fans. It's time for Rochester Rhinos soccer. Joe Giuliano, Mike Kerms getting you ready for the second home game of the year for your Rochester Rhinos. And it should be an interesting one as Antigua Barracuda finally make their way out of the old international division and take on an opponent outside of that comfortable division. They are 6-2 coming into tonight's game. And we'll start off by talking about the visitors. 18 points, tied with Richmond for the most points in the league, Mike. And up top, in the back, where do you want to start tonight?
Well, you've got a goalie here tonight, DeCastro. DeCastro's played in 5 games this year, and he's got 0 goals against. Last week, he was on the USL Team of the Week, and he leads the league in shutouts and goals against average.
So Rochester looking to put a dent in his shutout streak. Keita DeCastro for Antigua Barracuda FC. And the player who the Rhinos maybe are counting on is number 21, Tony Donatelli.
Yeah, Tony Donatelli is a playmaker. Last week he scored a goal against the Charleston Battery. It was his home debut for the Rhinos. When he was with Vancouver, he scored a goal in 06 in the finals where the Rhinos lost 3-0. Donatelli was a playmaker for Montreal. Now he's a playmaker for Rochester, and Rochester's very happy to have him.
Donatelli scored a beauty last week against Charleston. Hopefully more to come for Tony Donatelli. Stick around. Kickoff is next. It's the Rhinos and Antigua on the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
John Gabrielli and Tom Rosati here from Marina Mitsubishi. We're ready to hit out of the park with Team Marina's Sign and Drive event. 400 vehicles have been selected for this event and discounted as much as 60%. Just sign and drive away with 0 down. Every vehicle in our lot is included. No curveball. And don't forget, I always say yes. Get a 2011 Mitsubishi Lancer, 0 down, $169 per month, or 2011 Outlander Sport 4x4, or lease it for only $199 per month. So don't miss our giant Sign and Drive event. We're just minutes away off Route 104 Webster, Mitsubishi Motors.
Score big with Salen's. Salen's is proud to call Western New York home for over 140 years. Our premium quality deli meats and hot dogs are hometown favorites. Score big with your family and friends. Enjoy Salen's delicious real smokehouse ham or Salen's mouth-watering real turkey or chicken breast. Ask for Salen's deli meats at your favorite meat or food store. The taste that beats them all. Salen's, official sponsor of the WPS.
Wish your home phone could do more? You know, act a little more like a smartphone? You go to my services at TimeWarnerCable.com and click on VoiceZone. There you'll be able to set up VoiceZone features, like having your home voicemail messages sent to your email, or sending caller ID numbers to your computer. Those are just 2 of the features that put you in control of your phone. If you already have digital home phone, VoiceZone is free of charge. I'm Chris. I can make your home phone smarter. I am Time Warner Cable.
Come on, she's hot.
Orlando comes to face your Rhinos on Friday, May 20th. Call 454-KICK to purchase your tickets today.
The Camp Good Days Courage Bowl returns to downtown Rochester. The intense rivalry between St. John Fisher College and the University of Rochester kicks off at 7 p.m. Saturday, September 17th at Rosenlund Stadium. To learn more about how you can help Camp Good Days and join Rochester's biggest football game, call 624-5555 or check out campgooddays.org. For the kids and Rochester, Courage Bowl 7. Courage!
We got a voicemail at home.
Never miss a message. With Time Warner Cable's home voicemail to email, we're moving technology forward to bring you back together.
Get in the game this season with a Red Wings season ticket. You can save almost 50% off the regular ticket price and have the same great seat for every exciting game. You'll also receive a free gift, an invitation to a private party with the Red Wings, and more. Wings season seats are also a great way for businesses to reward employees or entertain clients. To find out more about how you can reserve your season seats, call the Red Wings at 454-1001. Become a Red Wings season seat holder at 454-1001.
And the home of the brave.
Well done on the national anthem as the Rhinos getting ready for their second home game of the season. Good evening, I'm Joe Giuliano. Mike Kerms alongside as usual. Earlier in the week, Mike, Rochester fell at Harrisburg 1-0. And now they face a rather interesting opponent in Antigua Barracuda FC.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team that teams in the USL have never seen before, so they don't know a lot about them. But they're a physical team. You can see that they're all big and strong. It's gonna be a match where there's a lot of battles to be won.
Antigua will be wearing the all-black uniforms this evening. Rochester in their traditional black and white striped tops with the white shorts and white socks as the captains meeting at midfield with the officials. Referees taking care of the coin toss. Troy Roberts and Christian discussing who will start where, as the Rhinos are 2-3. Antigua 6-2, a 6-game winning streak, 12 goals in the last 6 games and no goals against. You just wonder, Mike, how they're going to respond if the Rhinos do get one early on after playing so many minutes without giving up a goal.
It'll be interesting to see, but I think this team 6-2, it's going to be a great match tonight.
It's the first game played outside of the old international division, as 3 of Antigua's 6 wins came against River Plate Puerto Rico, who are no longer in the USL Pro. As the Rhinos break their huddle, they'll be shooting at the goal to our left. Barracuda, Antigua Barracuda still huddled up. The majority of this side made up of players from the Antigua national team, the Antigua Barbuda national team. A couple players from Jamaica, Guyana, sprinkled in there as well. As they've gotten some decent crowds at the Sticky Wicket Stadium to start the 2011 season.
At the other end of the stadium right now.
For Rochester, they're coming off a 1-0 loss in Harrisburg on Tuesday. Antigua, a 1-0 win on Sunday against River Plate. It'll be Rochester kickoff. Donatelli and Jagdeosingh to do the honors for Bob Lilly's side, as we are a little delayed in the start here tonight, as 2 national anthems taking place. Crowd getting excited for this one as they're slow to file in tonight. Here we go. Jagdeosingh to Donatelli. Montegalvan did not play on Tuesday at all against Harrisburg after a somewhat uncharacteristic performance against Charleston last Saturday. And now he is back in the starting lineup. Rosenlund also had a tough night, but he's also in the mix, as this one is off the head of Jagdeosingh and out of bounds. A throw in for the visitors. Gregory to take it. Kirk, a little poke forward to Rosenlund. Here's Donatelli. Good ball, looking for Jagdeosingh, trying to split the defense, and that ball is played backwards by Harvey. And a little miscommunication there with Keita. That could have been ugly. 450 minutes of goalless soccer, and your own defender maybe puts one behind you. That would be a bad way to give up that streak. Wow. Rosenlund on the near side with the corner kick. There's his delivery. The header, oh, it's just off the far post. Good defensive play there by Barracuda. There's a handball. They're not going to call it inside the 18 as the entire stadium saw it. And Tobin just clear this one out of bounds. Roberts, that one had a mark on it for the side netting. But as you're taught to do, put your defenders on the post, and he did well there, Mike.
Yeah, great cross by Rosenlund, just a curling ball in there, and just the guy standing on the post just doing his job. And right here you can see that there's a handball right there, clearly in front of the referee.
There's Jagdeosingh, tries to step over. He's held up there by Dave Carr. Carr coming forward, but only as far as Tanky. Early pressure here from the Rhinos. Rosenlund, corner of the 18 on the near side. Right-footed cross, sits up over Jagdeosingh's head. And Rochester coming right out of the gate here. 3rd minute and scoreless, but applying some pressure as Rosenlund is finding some space on this near side.
You know, this will be an interesting match for Rosenlund and Montauban because they did struggle a week ago, and Coach Lilly did keep them out of the lineup on Tuesday. Montauban is really going to have to keep the ball tonight, switch it from side to side.
Actually, it's not this one there. The handball it was dribbling out of the 18. It's coming up right here now. You'll see it takes a bounce, and it's definitely a handball. Great look there from the producer, John Catalano, who's replay man extraordinaire. Sort of 2 great looks of the handball. And the referee said no, maybe a little too early to make that call. As battling for the ball in the middle of the park. Lawson Robinson. Now looking for Stefan Smith. That's over his head. Cuevas Kirk. Looking for Rosenlund. Tangled up on the near side. Gregory wins a throw-in for Antigua. And going to be interesting to see, again, how they fare against opposition outside of that international division. They've had their way with those 3 Puerto Rico teams who are no longer in the league. But they did pick up a win in Los Angeles, so that's probably one that they're really looking to build some confidence off of. And this ball's into space down that far side. Kitson, who did not play on Tuesday at Harrisburg, quickly rolls it out. Troy Roberts. Top of the 18. Midfield, near sideline, Rosenlund. Here's Cuevas Kirk, set up a beautiful goal last week. This ball into space for Jagdeosingh. And a little too heavy on the touch. Is Montalvan sensing the defensive line a little bit high. And
so, Joe, when was the last time you've seen this? I mean, is it this much colder up here compared to Antigua?
It's summertime, 65 degrees in New York.
You've got Tamarly Thomas there wearing tights.
It's a balmy day in the Northeast. As again, Jagdeosingh, they just keep forcing it and forcing it, looking for him to get on one of these. It just hasn't happened yet for the former Puerto Rico Islander. Roberts. His header ends up on the foot of Montalvan, and Jagdeosingh just a step behind the last defender, Christopher Harvey, as he just kind of spun into that space, but he was just in behind the Antigua defense, who are playing a bit high, don't you think, right now?
Yeah, very high. And you can see the threaded ball here, and Jagdeosingh is just offsides there. Jagdeosingh, the other thing is Jagdeosingh, a 2-time national for the Trinidad. He may know these guys better than us. I mean, some of them are probably his teammates, and he's probably played against them for years.
So with that high defensive line, it could be a positive for Kendall Jagdeosingh tonight. As Harvey picks up the loose ball, top of the 18. Now David Carr, the 29-year-old. His nickname is the Little Man. Kirk again wins that ball in the air. Robinson. Carr with the header to midfield. Montalvan tries to head it through the center circle. J.C. Banks gets his first touch of the game. Lays it off into space by Gore, and again this will hop into the 18 where De Castro 450 minutes, now make it 457 of scoreless soccer for the USL Team of the Week goalkeeper. And with numbers like that, Mike, it's no surprise he's the leader in so many categories in the league, but Montegalvan will steal this one.
Yeah, you've got a player there who hasn't given up a goal in his career in the USL Pro. So obviously he leads in shutouts. Leads in goals against average.
And goals against.
At 0.00.
Doesn't get better than that.
No, it doesn't.
Now played forward. Christian, the captain, playing it back for Carr. Lets it roll through his legs. Jagdeosingh knocking on the door there. Robinson slipping is Thomas. Montegalvan, back heel pass. Donatelli, 30 yards out, middle of the field. Second effort, gets it to Rosenlund. Lawson marking him. Montegalvan, his second offering there is off the mark. A little shoulder challenge as he knocks down Mitchum. Quickly takes the throw into Troy Roberts. There's the rookie Michael Tankey, 21 years old. His 6th appearance of the season. He's got 1 assist so far this year. Tankey sliding, working hard in the middle of the park. Able to retain possession are the Rhinos. Roseland's in space on the near side. We'll try and run this one down, and he does keep it in. On the right foot, the cross. And headed inside the 6 by the Antigua defense, headed away.
You've got Rosenlund playing a completely different role than he did all last year tonight. He's playing on the left side here, on the left side of the park, and he gets down there on the left side and he cuts it back, puts it on his right foot, and he's got that curling cross. It's been dangerous 3 times tonight already.
Antigua, Mike, showed a bit of speed there on that counterattack. Is that one thing Rochester is going to have to look out for, is the speed of Barracuda?
Yeah, Rochester's definitely aware of the counterattack by Antigua.
Donatelli running into space. That ball doesn't get to him, but Jagdeosingh is onside. Leaves it for Rosenlund. 25 yards out. Right foot. A shot and a diving save to his right by De Castro, as that one was knuckling. But the Antigua goalkeeper up to the challenge. Second corner kick of the game coming up here.
Yeah, it's a good job by Rosenlund here to free himself up with some space. Great save by De Castro.
Rosenlund with the in-swinging service. There's the delivery. Flicked at the near side of the 6 by Jagdeosingh, but it's up and over the goal. Sponsors of tonight's broadcast include Connolly Printing, the official printer of the Rochester Rhinos. Faber Homes, our good friend Bernie Iacovangelo. Getting a great home for a great price is an everyday reality at Faber Homes. Visit their website at faberhomes.com to see what sets them apart from every used home on the market today. Carr. A sloppy layoff where De Castro's off balance and just clears it out of bounds, and a throw in for the Rhinos. We're in the 10th minute and scoreless on a cloudy and gray Saturday in Rochester, New York. Roberts to Connor Tobin. Subs available for Rochester: Bellamy, Cost, Costanzo, Hamilton, Versailles, Hoxie. Backup goalkeeper Ryan Kenny. Offsides again. Donatelli this time on the far side. And for Antigua, Omari Joseph, the backup goalkeeper. George Dublin, Randolph Burton, Kamoy Alexander, Gason Gregory, and Newton Sterling. There's Tom Curtis, the 38-year-old from England. Played in the midfield in his playing days. Just signed in March of 2011. Becoming the technical director and head coach as this long ball's played into the 18. Bouncing around, Roseland settles it down. Nice ball on the outside to J.C. Banks into space. Jagdeosingh with his speed. Harvey catches up to him, slows him down. Jagdeosingh looking for another option. Tobin coming forward now. along the far sideline and out of bounds. We'll see what the call is by the referee's assistant, and it'll be a corner kick, third corner kick of the game. And the Rhinos will try it from the far side this time.
Yeah, very surprising. J.C. Banks hits a great ball to Jagdeosingh. Jagdeosingh gets up there, and then he slows the game down. On the other side of the field, you had 3 Rhinos crashing the 18, and Jagdeosingh slowed the entire play down, knocks it back to the center back, and Tobin ends up almost kicking it out of bounds. I guess it got nicked there.
Yeah, lucky for the Rhinos that they get this opportunity, as it's Montegalvan to take this one. Here's his service. Tobin with the header that just whistles wide, as the defender again was in perfect position, if that's on frame, to clear it off the line. And boy, did we see a great goal last night in the flash game off a corner kick.
Yeah, Nicky Washington hit a great ball to Bogus right in the center of the park. And this was a great one also. I mean, Tobin gets his head on it and just didn't get enough neck into it.
Out of bounds, throw in for Antigua. Gregory, the 21-year-old.
I can't believe he's wearing tights, Joe.
Like, it's 65. It's cold for these guys.
It's beautiful out.
Short sleeves tonight. Here's Carr. Stepping in front of that one is Tanky. Wearing the tights tonight is Thomas. He's a 21-year-old.
We had a teammate, Mickey Trotman, who I think a lot of people remember, who passed away doing international duties when he went back to Trinidad. I'm sure he'd be playing tonight, and he might be wearing tights as well. He always used to talk about how cold it was.
And that was middle of the summer. His number 14 retired by the Rhinos. And this one bouncing around the middle of the park. Rosenlund. Very calm, very cool, spins away from the pressure. Cuevas Kirk now with it. Kirk in his first year as a Rochester Rhino, after coming over from Portland. Tobin is the central partner defensively for Troy Roberts tonight, as Bellamy is listed as a substitute, and Montegalvan to Tanky, nicely off the chest. Coming forward now is Kirk. Very dangerous on these overlapping runs is Cuevas Kirk. Tanky. And Rosenlund plays it behind him. Possession given up by the Rhinos and a throw-in.
Well, as you know, Coach Lilly likes to get players some time throughout the season. So when it comes towards the end of the season, it comes to July, he's got the right mix of players in there. So now he's giving TJ Gore a spot, giving him a shot at right back, moving Tobin inside and putting Bellamy on the bench.
Yeah, we've seen Tobin feature at left back extensively this year. Donatelli, little flick is off the mark for J.C. Banks. Antigua playing a ball into the Rhinos' half. Now into space. Tobin able to step in front of that one before Lawson Robinson can get on it. Robinson scored a goal versus River Plate, Puerto Rico. 7 games played this year for Robinson with 1 goal. There's Donatelli. Kirk, he hit Rosenlund wide open on the near side, but went central instead. Here's J.C. Banks. Good ball into space. Jagdeosingh into the 18. The right-footed shot. And that is off the mark at the near post. And a very flat defensive line for Antigua. Finding the ball in the space for Kendall Jagdeosingh.
Yeah, but it's really J.C. Banks threading that ball. He threaded that last one to Jagdeosingh earlier, and now he just threads another beautiful ball to Jagdeosingh. Unlucky touch by Jagdeosingh. If he has that first touch inside, I think he's going right. He's right in front of the net. J.C. Banks, so a 3-time All-American from Wisconsin Green Bay, just having an excellent day. Excellent season here for the Rhinos.
Yeah, he is a very exciting player to watch when he gets in those one-on-one situations on the flanks. 21 years old, a huge future ahead of him.
Yeah, great speed. Was a 4th-round draft pick with Toronto this year.
Here's Banks applying some pressure on the far side and almost comes away with it. Mack, lucky to pick up a throw-in. There's Max, long ball downfield. Tobin just heads it straight up in the air off the back of Donatelli's head. Now coming forward, Antigua Barracuda. Mitchum. Robinson. Little chip into the 18. Kitson's off his line. Christian with it. To the top of the box. Montegavan comes in with a hard challenge. Just drives it downfield. David Carr chasing that one back. Gets to it before Jagdeosingh. And Antigua will try the far side now. 17 minutes in, no score. The Rhinos against Antigua's sole professional team, Antigua Barracuda. Actually, the only USL Pro team that is not part of the U.S. or its territories. And that would be quite the trip to make down to Sticky Wicket Stadium for the Rhinos game in early June. This is Coach Lilly up and off the bench talking to Donatelli. He's offering some guidance. Lilly in his second year with the Rochester Rhinos. I think you could say he's been around Mike. Hershey, Montreal, Vancouver. Had a taste of indoor with Detroit. And did a great job last year leading Rochester to the regular season championship.
Coach Lilly's also played somewhat in the ASL, NPSL.
A true student or professor of the game. As Roberts heads this one for a good turn by Tanky. And his chip is off the mark as he got a little nudge on the top of the foot from Orlando Mitchum, the 25-year-old from St. Kitts. A goal and an assist in his last 2 games.
You can almost see the Rhinos in a 4-2-3-1 right now, where you got Tanky and Montegavan playing more of holding midfielders in the defensive role, and you've got Donatelli in the center there, Rosenlund on the left, and Banks on the right, playing attacking midfielders, supporting Jagdeosingh when they get up there for the counterattack.
And what are you seeing from Antigua?
Well, let me finish with the Rhinos.
Sure,
right now.
please.
You still.
How dare me?
Yeah, you still don't see that the Rhinos are really possessing the ball much. They're starting to knock the ball now, finally, in the match, getting comfortable. And this is some of the stuff that we saw last year, which is why they won the league last year. Antigua, on the other hand, playing your typical 4-4-2.
And Rosenlund is just not getting that touch where he wants it. He had space to find it and slot it through to Jagdeosingh, but with the inside of the foot, it just didn't have the pace to get through. Troy Roberts now to Cuevas Kirk. Kirk, 23 years old, 4 games played, 1 assist for Rochester this year.
The interesting thing with Antigua that I see right now.
There's J.C. Banks. He tried a quick one-touch into Jagdeosingh, and the offsides came up. I guess better late than never for Antigua.
Which I haven't seen, I don't think any team do in this league, is they're playing almost man-to-man marking in the midfield. You've got Tamarly Thomas following Donatelli wherever he goes. And the central midfielders, Donatelli, Montegavan, Tanky, are getting followed every time they're checking to the ball by the same player, so they're not passing those players off, which is a completely different style than you see traditionally in the most recent years of the game.
Could open up some interesting space for other players to slide into. As this one is over the far sideline and a throw-in. 21 minutes in and scoreless. Rochester against one of the hottest teams in USL Pro, Antigua Barracuda. A couple of chances, though, for the Rhinos in this first half. Rosenlund is going to go forward, decided to hang it on. J.C. Banks, and again, that high line is catching Rochester in a very uncomfortable offsides position, but will play on. Roberts steps into that one, and it's off of Ranja Christian, the 33-year-old.
And you can see right here, they just made some movement, and they're just tracking him man-to-man. You've got Mitchum's following Tanky everywhere he goes. Robinson's following Montalban everywhere he goes.
This one's deflected. And to counter that, Mike, you're the head coach. What do you want to see done?
You just keep playing your game, and it's just happening in the midfield. You got to get the ball. You got to keep possession of the ball and knock it outside. Keep knocking it into the flanks and then swinging it inside.
There's Christian, middle of the field, looking for some help. Finds it on the near side. Coming forward now is Stefan Smith. Looks up, right-footed cross. Doesn't get up over the first defender, Tanky. But Thomas and Antigua will continue on the far side. Mack with it now. Into the 18, up and over the head of Tobin. Kitson will scoop it up. Rhinos with a slight wind in their face for this first half. And Rosenlund, a very heavy touch there. Just gave enough space for Gregory to put the challenge in. And you almost get the feeling that Rosenlund's he's pushing it too much. He's trying too hard. And that's not the Rosenlund we saw last season. There he is now on the near side.
So there's an interview at halftime. Do we know who?
Simple touch. J.C. Banks could have turned, and now he does.
And this is what happens. It's a breakdown of the discipline of the defense because it's the man-to-man marking. And the Rhinos are so mobile. So you've got J.C. Banks wide open here. And the Rhinos are so mobile. So J.C. Banks is starting on the right side. Next thing you see him in the center of the park. Same thing with Rosenlund. We saw him on the right side of the park earlier. So the discipline by Antigua becomes very difficult.
Is there a bit of an adjustment for the Rhinos who probably haven't seen this kind of marking in a couple years to kind of realize, well, what's going on here with the spacing, though?
Well, yeah, they're out there, but the players need to figure that out. Bob sees it from the sidelines, but you can't really say, hey, you're being marked man to man. They got to realize that quicker, and they got to play the ball quicker because the discipline there is getting defensively on their men right away.
And you and I talked about last night the beauty of the game of soccer. There's no timeouts. You've got to think on the fly and make those transitions or adjustments.
Yeah, and we saw last night that the Western New York Flash didn't make that adjustment quick enough, and they were getting pounded by the Boston Breakers in the second half.
Yeah, Tony DiCicco came out with a great game plan in half number 2. All right, Mike Donatelli with a free kick, 24 minutes in. Chipped into the 18. And out of bounds, goal kick here for Antigua. Rochester is back home on Friday, May the 20th. 7:30 kickoff. Orlando comes to town to take on the Rochester Rhinos. Again, 7:30 Salem Stadium. For tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com or just come to the Salem Stadium box office. Kirk. Good move. Fancy move there. Cuts it one way, goes the other, and Montegalvan. Ball's tangled up in his feet. Whips it across the field to T.J. Gore, the 23-year-old out of the University of Vermont. And Gore, again, would have been offsides anyways on Jagdeosingh, but T.J. Gore, very versatile. He's played defense outside of midfield. And tonight, as Mike mentioned, he's getting a taste at right back. Here's Jagdeosingh, middle of the park, pops it up in the air. Wanted a call, but he's not going to get it. Thomas just coming through. Now Montegalvan, good, strong challenge, winning the ball. Donatelli back to Montegalvan, top of the 18, and coming back with a good hard slide tackle is Lawson Robinson. I think Montegalvan was going to pull the trigger, but Robinson coming out of nowhere.
You know, and Montegalvan, he stuck Robinson first, and then Robinson got him right back with a great stick there. But that's what we were talking about too last week, is Montegalvan not just giving the ball away. That's a simple giveaway. You're controlling the ball. Let's see what he does here with the ball. Play simple. That's right. You got to play simple when you don't have your rhythm.
And the referee's assistant wasn't going to call it. I thought J.C. Banks was off. I think he thought he was off as well. And Rosenlund's like, just play.
Well, Rosenlund also has to just nick that ball a little bit earlier. J.C. Banks with a great run. The most dangerous midfielder is the opposite side midfielder, and J.C. Banks made a great run from the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, even if he finished his run, I don't think he would have caught that ball. Marley Thomas. This one's off the shoulder, not the hand, so we play on.
No, I mean, I don't think there is a handball tonight. I mean, that's the third handball by Marley Thomas tonight.
Tights and all, coming forward now. Antigua's in Charlotte next week on Friday night. And coming out of the back, David Carr has had a bit of a nightmare.
Oh, yeah, that's his third giveaway right to Mato Gavan also. I think he thinks Mato Gavan's on his team.
Rosenlund. Gotta tell you, nice little pocket here to turn and go forward. 30 yards out, lays it on the far side for Banks. Top of the 18 now. Donatelli takes a touch and a shot with the right foot. Deflected and cleared away now by Antigua Barracuda. They just can't get out of their own zone as Tanky plays the far side for TJ Gore. Good challenge defensively there by Tamarley Thomas. And now a long clearance, getting it out of their own half is Mack. But no one there to challenge is TJ Gore. A bad giveaway here, though. Middle of the park now, Mitchum. Looking for some help. Tobin with a shove in the back. And it'll be a free kick almost right in the middle of the field, about 35 yards out. As that whole play started off with the bad touch from TJ Gore. 28th minute, scoreless. Free kick for Antigua Barracuda.
And it's a place you don't want to give up a free kick, right in the center of the park.
Harvey's over the ball right now. We'll see who else takes a look at it for Antigua.
Yeah, and Joe, my apologies. I've been mixing up Tamarley Thomas and Akeem Thomas.
You got the right last name.
Akeem Thomas is the guy with the tights.
Free kick here. Four-man wall for the Rhinos. Just slightly to the right of Kitson. Harvey goes from distance and not even close as it's a goal kick for the Rhinos. That was caught behind the goal by guess who? That's former Rhino goalie Scott Vallo who caught that one. He got a good round of applause. As he's now an assistant coach with the Western New York Flash, the women's soccer team in WPS.
Good form.
Still got the hands, right?
Good form. I was like, wow, that guy's a goalie. That guy looks like a goalie that I used to play with.
As he's enjoying the game tonight. Did his work last night with the women's team. Here's Carr. Nice, straight up in the air. Montogavan will flick it on. J.C. Banks with the pressure, winning it for Rochester. Now a little space for Tanky. Rosenlund on the near side. Cutting it back. Takes a look. Still with it. Central now to Donatelli. Banks again, that pocket of space in the middle of the field. Rosenlund's on sides. The ball sits behind him. Still with the attack. Top of the 18. Right-footed shot by Rosenlund is off the mark. And Rosenlund, Mike, was off to the races.
Yeah, J.C. Banks with another great threaded ball.
And first touch.
Yeah, I mean, that first touch he's got to let that ball go past him and just take it to his left peg. And then it's just one-on-one with the goalie. What Antigua's doing is they're trying to catch him offsides. I thought Tyler Rosenlund was offsides on that one. But you got to play with the referee.
That's it. That trap has left a bit to be desired. They're playing with danger. Just one or two of these. That's all the Rhinos need to get through. As they're playing a very high defensive line.
Well, we got to remember, you can see all the freedom that the Rhinos are getting in the midfields because this is it takes a lot of energy to try to man mark an entire match. And you can see Akeem Thomas can't keep up with Donatelli. Donatelli just slipped right behind him. Akeem Thomas has got ball watch, and Donatelli's in the box by himself right now.
TJ Gore with the cross. He went right into the gut of the 18, but Jagdeosingh was about 12 yards out wide open. And the Rhinos are claiming that ball was played back to the keeper. Therefore, he should not have been able to pick it up. But no handballs and no pass backs to the keeper tonight. 31 minutes, scoreless.
I mean, if you could see it, Donatelli got the ball. He knocked it outside. Akeem Thomas was on him. Donatelli makes it around. Akeem Thomas just gets caught ball watching.
Christian. His first touch popped in the air, but gets it to Stephon Smith. Donatelli spinning more for that one to TJ Gore. His long ball to Jagdeosingh. He's got a chance for this one. DeCastro's off his line. A little hesitation there. But the Antigua goalkeeper finally got there just before Kendall Jagdeosingh. Now with it is Mitchum. His pass is deflected. Antigua will try a long ball for Christian. Roberts was stripped of the ball, and Tobin. We saw Tobin do a little bit of this last week, just pounded over the sideline. Easy option, Neil Kitson, keep the flow of the game going. And Tobin opted to go the other route, and a throw-in now to Marley Thomas.
You know, Joe, one of the most recent theories is, you know, let's have the players, you play 1-touch, 2-touch, maybe 3-touch soccer. But you can see that the speed of play by Antigua is very slow. So it's 1-1,000, 2-1,000, 3-1,000. And now they're trying to play 1-1,000, 2-1,000, get the ball off your foot. And Antigua's got 5-1,000, 6-1,000 going on. The speed of play is very slow. They got to play a lot quicker.
It's been brutal. And that's being nice. 33rd minute.
So if you're out there watching the match, you can start counting every time they've got the ball, how long they're holding on to it. And it's not 1-touch, 2-touch. It's get it off your foot in 1-1,000, 2-1,000, and then you got the speed of play going.
There's the service into the box. Thomas with the header down into the turf. He knocks this one off of Rosenlund. That's the right call, a corner kick on the near side. First one of the game for Antigua Barracuda. And it'll be Stephon Smith to take it, the 19-year-old. He's got 4 goals this year. We'll see if he can add an assist from the near side, 34th minute.
That was a good play by Akeem Thomas to get that corner kick.
Low ball into the 18, driven straight across and cleared high up in the air by Jagdeosingh. Robinson cutting inside, now back outside. Bodied off the ball by Cuevas Kirk. Kirk going forward down the near side for Jagdeosingh as this one starting to get chippy as Harvey complaining that Tanky came in high with the studs. Referee having a word with Harvey. Settle down and we'll get this one going here. Did he make the call or is it a throw-in? No, he's saying throw-in. Carr can't believe it. Either way, it's possession for Antigua. Thomas checking back. Gregory, quick one-touch forward. No one there for Antigua. J.C. Banks now heads it middle of the field. Montegalvan going hard for that one, but Harvey gets there first. Gregory, his touch is off the mark. The 21-year-old was ejected in the game against Sevilla, Puerto Rico. 2 yellow cards for Roy Gregory in that one. Here's Roberts now coming forward with some space. Long ball. It's going to find Rosenlund on the near side. He's just outside the 18. He's cut it back to his right. This time he lays it off for Tanky. Back to Rosenlund. That's behind him. And cleared away by Antigua. Troy Roberts with it now. Montegalvan back to Roberts. Turning. J.C. Banks now. Back to Troy Roberts. Little pocket in the middle here for Tanky. And he's going to thread the needle here for J.C. Banks, but he is offsides. As Rochester just hasn't found that perfect touch yet to time their run in behind this flat line of defense for Antigua. Other sponsors of tonight's broadcast include Salins, premium quality meat products for over 140 years. Free Time Magazine, available free or online anytime at freetime.com.
The Rochester Rattlers are back.
Roberts, calm and cool off the chest. Troy Roberts, the Iron Man, the only player to appear in every game last season, 30 games for the Rochester Rhinos last year. Antigua takes a shot from distance. As letting go of that one was Orlando Mitchum. 25-yard rocket ends up in the midsection of Neil Kitson.
You know, and Coach Liz is going to be frustrated. Kirk's got the ball on the left outside in his defensive third, and he's trying to hit a long diagonal ball to J.C. Banks on the other side of the field. That ball gets picked off, and there's a shot on, and there's a very nice shot on goal for Antigua.
Tobin in a challenge here inside the 18. Barracuda with it, and crossing it into the box was Lawson Robinson, and Tobin had a lot to deal with there.
Yeah, and Robinson does a great job to win the ball. If he picks his head up, he's got Christian right in the center of the park, wide open.
Giveaway taken away by Stephon Smith. Gregory looks up. His cross is deflected. Roberts will head it outside the 18. Donatelli's got some space and does a good job to keep it in bounds. He'll look up and try to find an option as he comes out of his own 18.
I mean, if the Rhinos start picking up the speed of play here, I mean, they'll be able to pick these guys apart. They're just walking back. And then great run by TJ Gore there.
Here's Gore now, gets the service on the outside from J.C. Banks. Gore cutting inside, corner of the 18, still with it. Cuts it back to his right. Gore tries the left-footed cross, and it's deflected off of Thomas. It'll be a corner kick. Fourth corner kick of the game for the Rhinos, 38th minute. This is coming from the far side. Montegalvan will take this one. And it seems like every stoppage, Antigua on top of the official, not happy with a call one way or the other.
You know, and the difference there is the patience. Donatelli gets the ball. He knocks it to Banks. Banks turns. They're playing side-to-side soccer. TJ Gore's going forward, where earlier you had Kirk just trying to hit that long ball.
Montegalvan with the service. The header by Tobin, and it's up and over the crossbar. Goal kick coming up for Antigua. Other sponsors of tonight's broadcast, Marina Dodge. For the best car buying experience, visit Team Marina at Marina Dodge, located at 941 Ridge Road, Webster. And Stokes, Visca and Company, the official CPAs of the Rochester Rhinos. Here in the 39th minute, Salem Stadium, we're scoreless. Rochester and Antigua. Joe Giuliano, Mike Kerms calling the action tonight. Tanky. That's the header from Kirk. Tanky trying to sneak it into the space there for Jagdeosingh, and Jagdeosingh acknowledges the attempted service. Just doesn't get through. As Bob Lilly and Billy Cedric up off the bench, speaking with players and trying to make the proper adjustments. There's a throw in here now for Antigua. Roy Gregory to take it. 40th minute. And Mike, as this game goes on, still scoreless, Antigua, do they pick up a bit of confidence?
I'm not sure if they're picking up confidence. I think they're playing their survive right now, because the Rhinos are really putting pressure on them, and they're playing their survive. And you can see every time they win a throw in, or they win a free kick, it's very slow to get the ball back into play.
Fifth corner kick to Marley Thomas, sprinting back to knock that one over the end line on the far side. Montegalvan is number 5, the lucky one for the Rhinos. We shall see. Tobin, Roberts, making their presence felt in the box, along with Cuevas Kirk. Some good size options for Montegalvan. There's the service. Kirk, one touch and a shot. Whistles wide of the near post. And boy, did he have time and space, as he was wide open on that one.
Yeah, Kirk, a player, has played 3 years in the MLS. He's played with LA, he played with DC. Good cross by Montegalvan, comes all the way across. Kirk has an opportunity here to possibly one-time it.
6 yards out, enough time to settle it and then fire away. These are chances the Rhinos will hopefully not, hopefully won't haunt them later on. Montegalvan with the header back to Tobin this time. He leaves it for Kitson. Doesn't even touch the ball as they sort out that one.
They got to continue to be patient. Just be patient, knock the ball. I mean, and right now, Antigua's playing very high. You can see how spread out they are from front to back. I mean, it's at least 40 yards that the Rhinos have to play with. So just be patient and start knocking the ball around them.
There's Kirk. Oh, a hard tackle there by Gregory. He should go into the book as he came in hard on the challenge there in the 42nd minute. And we'll see if he gets a talking to or if he does get the yellow. It looks like it's just going to be a verbal. As Mike, take a look on the replay. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he gets ball. He goes in. He's got his cleat up, though, but I think it's a pretty fair tackle.
There's a great look at it. You can slow it down right in front of the bench.
But the problem there is cleats up, and he gets it right on top of the boot. That's a yellow card.
That's a yellow card.
Yeah, that's a yellow card.
As he can count himself lucky. Number 19, Roy Gregory.
Well, you could consider Kirk lucky there because
he get hurt.
Yeah.
Again, Gregory was already sent off in one match, as we mentioned earlier, for 2 yellow cards against Sevilla. Gore, nice ball on this near sideline for Rosenlund. Still has it on the right foot, top of the box, J.C. Banks. Back to Rosenlund. Still cuts it back, maybe one too many touches inside the 18. And Antigua dodges another Rhinos bullet.
Wow, you know, J.C. Banks is all over. He's threading the ball into the 18 to these guys. And these guys, I mean, right there, I think Tyler Rosenlund could toe poke that with his left peg.
As Antigua had a little chance there, coming down that far side. Orlando Mitchum shoving T.J. Gore down, no call. As the referee has let them go just a little bit here. And there's a player down for the Rhinos. Looks like it's Cuevas Kirk.
Anybody in particular?
He's at his own 18, 44th minute. Dave DePasquale is called out for the Rhinos. I'm not sure if it's an upper leg injury or maybe it's from the challenge by Gregory. It took place just a couple minutes earlier. Looks like it's his left leg, maybe the hamstring on the left leg for Cuevas Kirk. While we have a break here, thanking some other sponsors of tonight's broadcast, as Dave DePasquale does signal over for the substitute. Cuevas Kirk looks like he is done for the night, but FoodLink rescues and redistributes over 11 million pounds of food annually to a 10-county area in central and western New York. FoodLink's vision is to build a hunger-free community. To donate, visit foodlinkny.org today. As Kirk getting some assistance coming off. And I don't know, Mike, did Dave DePasquale jump the gun on that one as far as signaling for the substitute?
No, no, he's done. You could tell. I mean, when he's doing that, he's done. And we're probably, I'm thinking we're going to see Bellamy going to the center of the park. Tobin will move out to the left.
Hopefully for the Rhinos, it's not too serious of an injury because Kirk starting to find his form. Had a beautiful assist last week against Charleston. And it shouldn't be much of a transition. Could probably put Tobin on the left, like you said, Bellamy in the middle. So Rochester has seen that formation many times this year already, as it is the left hamstring that's getting worked on for Cuevas Kirk. 45th minute, no indication yet of stoppage time. Gets a long ball downfield, headed by Carr. Stephon Smith now with it on the near side. 50-50 ball. Tanky comes in hard, knocks it away from Mitchum, and we'll have 1 minute of stoppage time.
Fans, there will be 1 minute of stoppage time.
Thomas with it. Far side. Long ball into space. Takes a little hop, and fortunately for Kitson, it gets to him before Christian can track that one down. Bellamy will be coming on for Kirk. And you wonder if he's even going to see the pitch here in half number one. As just 1 minute of stoppage time called for. Kitson dribbles it out to the corner of the 18 on the far side. This is a long one, deep into Antigua's half of the field. And that'll do it, Mike, for the first 45 minutes. Rochester and Antigua are scoreless in what's been a kind of interesting encounter at Salem Stadium. So 45 minutes are in the books. Rochester, Mike, with some opportunities there in half number one.
Yeah, and they need to put some of those opportunities away. And I think that one of the best opportunities was Tyler Rosenlund at the end there. The ball gets threaded to the left, on his left peg, and he tries to cut it back again to his right peg. You don't need the perfect shot. Just put it on frame and see what happens.
We'll be speaking with Rhinos midfielder J.C. Banks as he makes his way over from the far side of the pitch. He'll be our halftime guest. And J.C. getting geared up down at midfield. We'll get the cue from the dangerous Rhinos midfielder. When he's ready, let's go down to midfield. J.C., welcome to the halftime show, and what's been a kind of interesting first half. You know, one thing we kind of noticed is they're playing kind of a high defensive line, but you guys are getting caught a little offsides, maybe a little too often there. Talk about what you're seeing out there on the pitch.
There's a lot of space in behind them. They're holding a high line, and they're pretty static, so we just got to time our runs right. We're playing balls in, but the timing's off, so they keep catching us offside.
Now, JC, the formation that you guys are playing, does it allow you a lot more mobility to go on both sides of the pitch?
Yeah, he's giving us a free roll to interchange, so me, Rosie, Tony, so just trying to find space, create chances.
You know, JC, we're pointing out during that first half, it seems like they're man-marking the midfielders. Mm-hmm. Is that a style of play that takes some getting used to play against? Because, like you said, there's acres of space all over the park.
To me, I think it's easier. They're not together. They're not passing guys on. So if you can get a couple yards on your guy, it creates a lot of space for us to keep the ball moving.
JC, so you were this is your rookie season, your debut with you're here with the Rhinos for the first time, and you had a contract going to Sweden. What was that all about?
I was there for a while. Had an offer, but fell through. It didn't work out. So now I'm here and I'm trying to have a good season.
And JC, you've got some good bloodlines. Your father played for the U.S. national team. When did you start playing the game? Was it right away you started kicking the ball in the backyard?
Yeah, as a baby, I had an older brother. Pretty much made me play a little bit, but it turned out to be good. So.
All right, so JC, what's going to happen in the second half? What do you think?
We just got to get in behind them. We have our chances. We got to put them on target. We had a bunch of chances, but not testing the keeper enough. So if we get them on target, get a rebound, get a tap in, we'll take a lead.
All right, JC, it's going to be an interesting halftime with Bob Lilly in the locker room. Best of luck. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Rhinos midfielder J.C. Banks. We are scoreless at Salem Stadium. The Rhinos and Antigua Barracuda. More to come on the halftime show on the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Got a voicemail at home.
Never miss a message. With Time Warner Cable's home voicemail to email, we're moving technology forward to bring you back together.
The Camp Good Days Courage Bowl returns to downtown Rochester. The intense rivalry between St. John Fisher College and the University of Rochester kicks off at 7 p.m. Saturday, September 17th at Salem Stadium. To learn more about how you can help Camp Good Days and join Rochester's biggest football game, call 624-5555 or check out campgooddays.org. For the kids and Rochester, Courage Bowl 7.
This Friday at 7:30, the Rhinos return to TWCS to take on Orlando. Catch it all exclusively on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet, Rochester Sports Network.
The Rochester Rhinos and Antigua Barracuda are scoreless after 45 minutes of play. Joe Giuliano, Mike Kerms, soccer weekend here in downtown Rochester. And Mike, chances were there for Rochester in that first half. J.C. Banks talked about the timing of the runs, and the opportunities just couldn't find the back of the net for the home team.
Yeah, the Rhinos have to start putting the ball on frame and start putting it in. And here's Tyler Rosenlund with a beautiful cross, and Roberts gets his head on it, and unfortunately, there's a guy from Antigua right there. And then you see a handball right here from Akeem Thomas, and it's unfortunately not called.
No handballs tonight. You said that.
There are no handballs. Well, if it's on the arm, it's not going to be a handball.
Unbelievable how you missed that one. Who cares how early or late it is, but that's a clear handball. And then great save from DeCastro, as that one looked like it was knuckling a little bit. And from behind here, takes a little dip right there, but a good save by the guy who has not given up a goal in over 495 minutes.
Yeah, and you can see why he's leading the league in goals against average.
And this is a great look from behind it. That high, flat defensive line, and the first touch, Mike, you talked about Jagdeosingh.
Yeah, that first touch has to be to the inside, and then he'll get the opportunity. You can see Donatelli coming right through the center of the park, screaming for the ball. He wants the ball to him. But J.C. Banks has been the guy who's been threading the ball for such a young player. It's great to see that. I mean, he's just got the vision. There again, J.C. Banks. Once again, that first touch has to be forward by Tyler Rosenlund.
He was gone. 5 yards between him and the nearest Antigua defender, and that first touch just gives the men in black a chance to recover. Rosenlund does that cutback move and takes the shot. It's off the mark, and Rochester 5 corner kicks in that half. And this is Cuevas Kirk inside the box. Time to touch and shoot. Unbelievable.
Yeah, with 5 corner kicks, the Rhinos have actually had some opportunities with those corner kicks. Kirk just try to place into the far post, but also Tobin's gotten a couple headers off of the corner kicks, and also Roberts has got a corner kick off of the corner kick.
J.C. Banks has been the orchestrator out of the midfield. Another good ball into space for Rosenlund, and shot past Mike. What's your call?
Well,
there?
once again, Rosenlund hit it with the outside of his right peg. Instead of bringing it, let it go across his body right there, and letting it hit his left peg, and possibly hit it with his left foot. Maybe even toe poke it. Anything that's going to put it on frame. And that's what they have to do, start putting them on frame. They're getting those opportunities in the 18, and they've got to start putting the ball on the net.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in the Rhinos dressing room right now. Bob Lilly, Billy Sedgwick were all over them. They were up on the sideline the entire game, and you got to wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, Lilly wants them to possess the ball and also threat it. I mean, J.C. Banks is the guy who's doing the job tonight. You got Donatelli, you got Tyler Rosenlund making some good runs, and Jagdeosingh making some good runs, but J.C. Banks is the guy threading the ball. You need more players threading the ball, and also they need to keep possession of the ball if they're going to win this match.
Cuevas Kirk has gone down with an injury. Tyler Bellamy will take his spot in the second half as the Rhinestones entertaining the crowd here at Salem Stadium.
Come on, she's hot.
Orlando comes to face your Rhinos on Friday, May 20th. Call 454-KICK to purchase your tickets today.
John Gabrielli and Tom Rosati here from Marina Mitsubishi. We're ready to hit out of the park with Team Marina's Sign and Drive event. 400 vehicles have been selected for this event and discounted as much as 60%. Just sign and drive away with 0 down. Every vehicle in our line is included. No curveball. And don't forget, I always say yes. Get a 2011 Mitsubishi Lancer, 0 down, $169 per month, or 2011 Outlander Sport Corvette, or lease it for only $199 per month. So don't miss our giant Sign and Drive event. We're just minutes away off Route 104 Webster, Mitsubishi Motors.
Score big with Salins. Salins is proud to call Western New York home for over 140 years. Our premium quality deli meats and hot dogs are hometown favorites. Score big with your family and friends. Enjoy Salins' delicious real smokehouse ham or Salins' mouth-watering real turkey or chicken breast. Ask for Salins deli meats at your favorite meat or food store. The taste that beats them all. Salins, official sponsor of the WPS.
Rhinos' next home game is on Friday, May the 20th, 7:30 p.m. against Orlando. For tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com or the Salins Stadium box office. Rochester at home again against Orlando. And then after that game on May the 20th, Rochester will host 1 week later the Wilmington Hammerheads, who they played on April the 17th. They lost that game 1-0. So Rochester with 3 straight home games: Antigua, Orlando, Wilmington. The next time Rochester is on the road will be May 30th at FC New York. FC New York, a team that picked up their first win last night in Charleston against the Battery.
FC New York, Joe.
Yes.
Actually my first cousin, my father's sister's daughter. So my first cousin growing up is married to the head coach of FC New York.
Really?
Yes.
He must be a happy man today.
He is a happy man today.
After defeating Charleston last night on the road. And that's their first taste of victory in the USL. Heading to that game, they were 0-2-2. As Antigua, Mike, finally coming out of the dressing room.
Well, it is starting to get cold here. I just put my tights on.
I think I'm going to bundle up too with my tights as well.
Put your tights on.
We'll see if there's any changes for Antigua. For Rochester, we know that Bellamy came on. That'll be a 45th minute substitution. Cuevas Kirk is out. Didn't get any official word yet, but it was definitely the left hamstring. Hopefully it's nothing too severe as Cuevas Kirk starting on the outside of defense for Bob Lilly's Rochester Rhinos. And Antigua Barracuda, they'll be in action on Friday at Charlotte. They've scored 16 goals this year, given up 5. And Mike, so far for their first game played out of that old international division, we've seen 45 minutes of Antigua. Any thoughts, comments?
Yeah, they're playing to survive on the road right now. They just want to get out of here, hopefully with a tie, maybe even 0-0, maybe even sneak one in if they can on a fast counterattack, because they do have speed. They are very physical. They're strong. They can close down space very quickly. But I don't believe that they're here to play and to win. They're here to catch them on a counterattack or just play for the tie.
And we'll see if they break the huddle, if there are any changes for Tom Curtis's side. Looks like Christian and Smith are still up top. De Castro obviously still the goalkeeper, as he's now, Mike, at 495 minutes of scoreless soccer. 5 more minutes, he breaks that 500 mark. And getting word from our production crew that there are no changes for Antigua as we're underway. Switching sides now. Antigua in the all black will be shooting down to the goal to our left. Bellamy on. Kirk is off. First change of the game for either side. Throwing at midfield for Barracuda. Checking back for the ball is Mitchum. He gets it. But his touch is off the mark, and Jagdeosingh still with it. Now coming forward down the far side. Looking for some options. Left foot, now right foot, driven cross into the box. Top of the 18, Tanky can't get the left-footed shot away as the long, lanky reach of Thomas able to knock that one away for Antigua. Here's J.C. Banks. Good defender there by Mack as he let it roll out.
Yeah, Robinson's got to do better with that. I mean, that ball comes out, and you cannot try to clear that ball to the top of the 18. I mean, left it for a sitter for Tanky. Robinson's just got to get that out of the heck out of there.
And the fog starting to roll through here. It's not the smoke from the barbecue, Mike, sorry. There's some of our production guys, Pedro and the rest of the crew, feeling that maybe there's some big barbecue going on, but not the case, my friends. Montegalvan to Rosenlund. Tanky. Now overlapping on the other side, TJ Gore. Deep fog settling in here at Salem Stadium. As the wind definitely starting to pick up, the flags barely moving in the first half. Now Rochester with a nice bit of wind at their back here in half number 2. As it's definitely picked up, and we'll see if that does benefit the Rochester Rhinos. 48th minute, Antigua and Rochester are scoreless. DeCastro with a goal kick. Rochester's got Hamilton, Versailles, and Hoxie getting warmed up behind the bench. There's J.C. Banks. He was our halftime guest. Gets it back to T.J. Gore, trying to go forward to Donatelli. It does end up on Tony's foot finally. Chipped into space. Roseland's onside, top of the 18. DeCastro off his line, and look at this. David Carr saving the day. That was going to cross the goal line. And Antigua Barracuda still playing scoreless soccer, 498 minutes now.
Yeah, and David Carr actually pickpocketed Tyler Roseland going towards his own net, and Carr almost it was almost an own goal. And another threaded ball by J.C. Banks, another great run by Roseland. Great first touch. Unlucky, but he even tried to cut it back there again. Carr almost had an own goal.
Second time we've seen that tonight. As a goalkeeper who goes 500 minutes stopping the opposition, now we've got to worry about his teammates putting one behind him. Forward for Jagdeosingh. Headed away there by Harvey, now on the near side. Thomas, long ball for Christian. A little shove in the back. No call as Bellamy pushed off the ball, but possession kept by the Rhinos. Tanky's high clearance, headed away by Harvey, and Montegalvan brings it down on the turf. Tanky chips into space for Jagdeosingh. Harvey running through to make sure DeCastro's the first one to pick up that ball in the 50th minute. Didn't know they were calling for this kind of fog this evening. Chance of showers, but this is really starting to pick up here.
Great stuff by Mitchin there. Great turn on Montegalvan.
Bellamy stepping in front of Harvey.
Mitchum on the USL Team of the Week last week. He had a goal and an assist in the week last week.
Driven ball into the 18. Kitson anticipates it between the 12 and the 6, and he'll scoop that one up. Pushing everybody up. He's got the strong wind at his back. He can really get into this one if he wants. Puts it down on the turf and goes short instead to Tony Donatelli. Now Tobin. Roseland space on that far side. Looking for Donatelli, streaking through midfield. Jagdeosingh's not going to get there before DeCastro quickly throws it out on the near side for Mack. Now Carr. hits and hopes, and no one there but Bellamy.
And you could see that freedom that J.C. Banks was talking about at halftime. J.C. Banks was playing more of a target at that point, where Donatelli was all the way in the back on the right-hand side, and Donatelli made a run to get himself into the 18 on the left side of the pitch. So you could see that Lily's given Rosenlund, Banks, and Donatelli to really move around the pitch.
Hopefully it benefits the Rhinos. Maybe one goal, Mike. What would that do to the game? Would that open things up and put Antigua a bit of it? Ooh, look at this challenge there from Christian, as he's come on strong here with the physical body in the second half, the challenges.
Yeah, it would open up the match, because now Antigua can't just sit back the way that they are. See, 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000.
Taking the air out of the ball.
And then let's hit a long ball.
Now Thomas to Marley. Thomas chasing this one down.
That's Akeem Thomas. Yeah, I made that mistake. I made that mistake. You don't make those mistakes.
Oh, you know what? It happens, my friend. It's hard
Akeem Thomas has
hard
the
to see
tights,
through the fog.
but you can see the tights.
There you go. You're right. Thank you. It's getting hard to see who's got the ball now. Because I think that's Troy Roberts, Tanky. To Rosenlund. Tanky forward to Rosenlund. Spinning around, looks up, facing the Antigua defense. Goes back with it, though, to Roberts. He'll drive it onto the near side for J.C. Banks. Quick one-touch inside by Banks. Good ball. Jagdeosingh cuts it back on his left foot. Shot and a goal! Kendall Jagdeosingh opens his account with the Rochester Rhinos. He buries his first one of the year, the 53rd minute, 1-0 Rochester.
All right, J.C. Banks once again threads a great ball to Jagdeosingh. And Jagdeosingh, with a great cut, keeps himself up here, and great finish. But where does that start? Roberts hits a great ball to J.C. Banks across the field. J.C. Banks' first touch was very positive into the center of the park. And then J.C. Banks, very patient, threads the ball to Jagdeosingh.
So that goal, first of the year for Kendall Jagdeosingh. There's a great look, Mike, on those for those watching on television.
Great ball by Troy Roberts there, like I said, and J.C. Banks, that positive touch into the inside of the park, and just a great threaded ball. Mac had no chance against J.C. Banks, and it was going to be a penalty kick or a goal. Great stuff. Nothing.
And this game desperately needed a goal.
Nothing DeCastro could do about it.
Opens things up. 503 minutes of scoreless soccer. Now done for Antigua Barracuda. 503 minutes. Kendall Jagdeosingh snaps the shutout streak for DeCastro and Antigua.
I mean, hats off. I mean, that's an accomplishment in itself to go that long without a goal against.
So Jagdeosingh, Mike, he has got to feel a sense of relief as he has worked so hard. The Rhinos have worked so hard to feed him up top, and finally gets it. Delay here on the far side as the long throw and now taken by Antigua to the top of the 18. Little touch in the middle of the park, intercepted by Roberts, who comes in with a hard tackle, able to knock it away to the far side. So Jagdeosingh, his 6th game of the year. He's got his first goal as a Rochester Rhino. And this one by David Carr is off the mark, and we'll see how Antigua responds now. This will be interesting. Over 500 minutes without giving up a goal. Rochester breaks it, and we'll see how Antigua responds. Does it take the wind out of their sails, or do they just regroup and go for another huge string of scoreless soccer?
Well, what the Rhinos need to do, the Rhinos need to continue to play their game the way that they've been playing it.
Thomas taken away by Jagdeosingh. And Thomas with a long reach on the slide tackle. He's going to go in the book. This will be your first yellow card of the game in the 56th minute. Thomas picking up the first yellow of the game, and Hard challenge on that far side. As Jagdeosingh is still down. Mike, let's have a look at it.
Yeah, the other thing is there's no reason for Thomas to do this. It's from behind. Jagdeosingh's running towards the line. And I have no idea what Thomas is complaining about there. Clearly from behind. No chance for the ball.
So he's shown a yellow card. Minute number 56. And a sloppy challenge from behind. Against the goal scorer, Jagdeosingh. Rosenlund gets the short restart. Back to Donatelli. Chips into the box. Robinson. Now on the near side. Antigua trying to keep possession, but stolen away nicely by J.C. Banks. T.J. Gore for Tobin. Rosenlund. Good stuff here if it gets in front of Tobin, and it does. Far sideline, Tobin. Now inside the 18. Rosenlund on the left foot. Gets the cross away. No, it's going to go over the line and result in a goal kick for Antigua. 57th minute. It's 1-0. Rochester leading. The goal in minute number 53 by Kendall Jagdeosingh. J.C. Banks, no surprise he's on the score sheet as he's been setting the table all night long. What a handball there by Christian.
Yeah, good ball. The fourth official could have called it.
Possessed it with the chest and the left hand. Always easier that way. Gore into space. Jagdeosingh not going to get there.
So keep playing your game. Don't force it like that. And Gore forced it up the line. Just keep playing the game. Possess the ball. And there was good ball movement before, even though when that Rosenlund had kicked out of bounds there. It's good ball movement by the Rhinos. Good run by Tobin earlier.
Looks like Antigua's going to go to the bench for their first change. Randolph Burton getting ready to check in for Tom Curtis's side. See who he replaces. 24 years old. Foul called again. And he's going to be replacing number 2. Ranja Christian, the team captain, comes off. And Randolph Burton comes on this change in the 59th minute for Antigua, their first one of the game. As the captain's armband exchanged, we'll see if Burton keeps it or sends it over to someone else. And they're going to make that captain change as well. It's like David Carr. If I'm not mistaken. No, it's going to be Mack instead now, the captain. Raja Mack. 59th minute change here for Barracuda. As Rosenlund has it on the far side. Tobin, good hard work to keep possession, but Rosenlund maybe a little too cheeky there with the backheel pass. Just didn't have enough pace on it as Tobin was making a nice overlapping run. 59th minute. And 1-0 Rochester. Sponsors of tonight's broadcast also include the Harrow East Athletic Club. Affordable memberships, flexible payment plans, join for a year, and the initiation fee is waived. Jagdeosingh takes a poke, hits the ball to J.C. Banks. He cuts it central. Into the 18, Rosenlund, right foot shot and a goal! Tyler Rosenlund in the 60th minute has given Rochester a 2-0 lead, but boy, oh boy, J.C. Banks, he does it again, Mike.
Yeah, it's another great stuff by J.C. Banks to make that cut and then just poke it away. But, I mean, really, what's the defender doing here? I mean, Harvey just gets the ball, and he's dribbling up, and he beats Jagdeosingh, and then he thinks he's got all the time in the world. Jagdeosingh's the one who makes that play happen by poking the ball back away to J.C. Banks. And J.C. Banks with hard work. I thought J.C. Banks was actually going to tuck that one outside to Jagdeosingh, but he saw something completely different. He had Rosenlund wide open on the opposite side. And that's great for Tyler Rosenlund to get that goal.
And there's the ball into the box. There's the replay showing the J.C. Banks poke to Rosenlund. So for Banks, his second assist of the game.
J.C. Banks has been the playmaker tonight for the Rhinos.
You kind of got the feeling that the wheels might start to fall off after Antigua gives up a goal. Rochester scoring in the 53rd and the 60th. So only 7 minutes apart for Rochester to find their second goal. Jagdeosingh takes an elbow in the back of the head, and the referee not going to make any call here or any card issued on Harvey, as Jagdeosingh now paying the price for scoring that first goal. Took it down low on the far side, now takes it up top in the back of the head, and he is slow to get up. He is not surprised to see this one going the way of hard physical challenges. Rosenlund again looking to get on the end of this one, and it'll sail over the end line on the far side. Hamilton has been over several times talking to the coaching staff, so it looks like he may be the next one to come in. Antigua, looks like no one warming up to come in, as they've made only one change. Burton has come on, the 24-year-old. He also was ejected in the game. He picked up 2 yellow cards against Los Angeles. And Burton actually played with Christian at Bassa Sports Club, where they were called the Destructive Amigos. Not going to be able to combine tonight as one replaces the other. Rosenlund. Tanky, good combination here. 1-2, step over by Rosenlund. And taken away on the far side by Stefan Smith. Thick, heavy fog rolling into the park tonight. But for Rochester, they've snapped Antigua's 503-minute shutout streak. Now overlapping on the far side. The cross into the 18. Bellamy on the inside of the right foot will boot it away. Overlapping here near side, Mack to Burton, who's just come on. His first touch is heavy, and it's taken away by Tanky. TJ Gore lays it off to Neil Kitson. Kitson with 1 shutout this year, picked it up against Charleston last week. Tanky, and not sure where he was going with that one. Jagdeosingh made a good run down the flank on the diagonal run, and Tanky went inside instead. There's Rosenlund. Is that goal enough to spark Rosenlund back to the form that we saw last season, as he took it calm and cool? A good finish by the Canadian.
I mean, right now you can see how far Antigua's stretched out. I mean, there's so much open space for the Rhinos. And Antigua, their back four, is still sitting back way too far. And they're still playing the man-to-man.
This ball's into space. Rosenlund can get to it, but it takes a slick hop on the wet surface, and De Castro will quickly roll it out to the far side. Gregory turning on the Jets. Gets around one defender. Mitchum. The right-footed shot from 30 yards out. Taken there by Stefan Smith.
Very ambitious. Very, very ambitious. I mean, 35 yards out. I mean, you can't force a goal. They still have to. Antigua still has to try to work through the Rhinos' defense.
Anthony Hamilton is going to be coming in now for Rochester. He'll replace Jagdeosingh, who got his first goal of the year for Rochester. This change in the 65th minute. Hamilton, 3 games played this year. He's got 1 goal for the Rochester Rhinos. And Jagdeosingh, well, they're not going to make the change. They're going to hold off on it. But it will be Jagdeosingh who comes off. But it won't be in the 65th minute, as the Rhinos lose possession, middle of the park. But that ball is played to Montegalvan, and he'll clear it up to the far side. J.C. Banks, 2 assists tonight. He's been setting the scene all night long in the first half for Rochester, and did it again here in the second half. So let's push that sub back to the 66th minute, Mike. Jagdeosingh, who was a bit of a marked man. He took some shots at the far side, the near side, and he'll come off. Anthony Hamilton comes on. 25-year-old, 3 games played. This will be his 4th appearance of the year.
I mean, it's great. I mean, what I really enjoy seeing is he got Michael Tanky and J.C. Banks, two 21-year-olds on the field that are playing somewhat like veterans. I mean, Tanky's just a workhorse. He doesn't stop working. He just keeps going. He's got a lot of energy. And J.C. Banks, same thing. I mean, he's getting on the other side. He's getting kicked over there. Tanky's getting kicked in the middle of the field, and they just keep plugging away.
2-0 Rochester. On the far side, Rosenlund. Is it back to Montegalvan? There's Tanky. Reach J.C. Banks. Does he get the hat trick of assists? Let's see. Cuts it back to T.J. Gore. Montegalvan back to Gore on the one touch. Gore's got space to pinch into, and his service is behind Rosenlund. And Gregory will come away with it for Antigua.
If you watch that, you had Donatelli, Hamilton, and Rosenlund. They were all making a similar run. And T.J. Gore just saw something different.
Middle of the field, Mitchum spinning around looking for some help. Mack, the captain now. His ball forward, and Bellamy will just head out of bounds and get a throw in here to Antigua. I think the Reynolds maybe would have preferred a header straight down back into the Antigua half of the field. Bellamy riding the back of Thomas, and in the run of play, Antigua hasn't put much pressure on Kitson, but now they'll get a restart. 25 yards out to the right of Neil Kitson, near the corner of the 18 on the near side. Three-man wall for the Rhinos. Mack and Burton are over the ball. The wall's pushed back 10 yards. It's going to be Mack. There's the service, and no one applying pressure at the 6. Kitson is there to make the save for the Rhinos.
It's a very dangerous service, and Antigua with no movement into. I mean, you need to be crashing that 6. The ball was put almost perfectly at the top of the 6, and if they're crashing,
redirection, little touch, that's in.
That's it. Nice ball by Mack.
I just got to move down.
Booming kick downfield. Mack heads it straight up in the air. This one's just sitting in the middle of the park.
106.
Gregory takes it now for Mack on the near side. Working hard to Marley Thomas. Working hard enough to win possession. Back to Burton. Robinson. Akeem Thomas. The wind really starting to pick up. His visibility. A bit of an issue from up here. Not sure how bad it is down on the pitch.
You know, that series right there by Antigua is the first series I've seen where they're actually knocking the ball and, I mean, playing the ball quickly.
The best they've had all game.
Yeah.
As I tumble down here.
Now they're switching the ball. I mean, you haven't seen this all game. I mean, where was this? You know, play with confidence. Play with speed. Don't come here to tie.
There's Rosenlund. Gets it forward to Anthony Hamilton. J.C. Banks. Fans urging the Rhinos to go forward, but they'll continue with possession here. Montegalvan. Off the mark for Donatelli.
Yeah.
He's back though to win it for Hamilton.
Yeah.
Now Banks. Look at that space. More space for Rosenlund. Space for Tanky in the midfield. Rosenlund.
I mean, no one's tracking Rosenlund.
And that's going to be Tobin offsides on the far side. Antigua's going to go to the bench once again. Number 7, Gregory will come on. See who he replaces. This will be the second change of the game for Tom Curtis. He's going to replace number 20, Akeem Thomas. So, Mike, the Tights will be retired for the evening in the 71st minute.
The substitution for Antigua FC. Entering the game is number 7,
Hassan Gregory. Number 7. Taking out Akeem Thomas. Gregory, 29 years old. Actually was a player who signed with Montreal along with Byers back in August of 2008. This one hops once in the air. Bellamy loses possession. He takes down Gregory, and we'll see if Bellamy gets a card or just a talking to. This is another opportunity, Mike, for Mack to serve one of those great balls into the box. We'll see how they respond this time.
Same exact spot. Bellamy's got to be a little bit more patient on defense. I mean, can't get just stuck in and jump on the guy. Last one where he jumped on the guy's back.
Yeah.
You know, just contain him. You know, his back is to the goal, and he's 25 yards out.
This is an identical spot to the right of Kitson. Mack with the free kick again. Good service, headed straight up in the air. In the 18, Montegalvan now heads it out of the box. Donatelli will just send a soft clearance up and over midfield. 72nd minute, it's 2-0 Rochester. Mack, long ball headed away by Bellamy. Anthony Hamilton tracking back. Rochester always seems to have that one extra man wide open in the middle of the park as a release or an outlet. Here's Mack. Bad giveaway. Donatelli to Hamilton. Hamilton to Donatelli inside the 18. He shouldered off the ball. And no call there by the official, John Douglas.
I got him.
And Robinson there trying to do a nutmeg in his own defensive third.
Oh, another bad giveaway in the middle of the park. That time it was Burton. J.C. Banks, and Mack will just hand the ball right over to J.C. Banks. Montegalvan. Hamilton's onsides here. Burton chasing him down. Cut around Burton. This should be a corner kick, and referee's assistant is overruled by the man in the middle. He saw the deflection. He makes the right call. It'll be the 6th corner kick of the game for the Rhinos.
Robinson was very convincing, and the assistant believed him. They saw something we didn't see.
Corner kick here on the near side. Montegalvan will take this one. The 73rd minute. Alfonso Montegalvan, outswinging service into the box, and Tobin unmarked, wide open. The timing on the header probably not the best, as he has got a wide open opportunity, and it's up and over the bar.
You know, Tobin's had 3 opportunities of headers. It seems like he's running past the ball every time rather than holding his run for that split second to really come onto it so he can put it in the back of the net. And that's 3 times we've seen it. So he's got to really watch the videotape to find out what he's doing. He's got to hold his run because he does have good timing on headers, but really in the 18, he gets a little bit too excited maybe.
That was a great opportunity as he was unmarked beyond belief inside the box.
Great ball by Montegalvan.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. Ken Versailles getting his final instructions from Billy Sedgwick and Bob Lilly, as he will be the 3rd change of the game for the Rhinos. Hamilton, Bellamy have come off the bench. J.C. Banks.
You and your sister are pretty close, huh?
2 assists tonight to go along with 1 goal that he picked up earlier in the season. This ball's onside. They're going to say he came from an offsides position. Close one there. Donatelli, though, the man called for the offsides. And this is starting to pick up here with the wind and the fog. Visibility definitely going to be an issue here as we wrap up the last 15 minutes. Donatelli off of his foot, throwing here for Antigua. Versailles going to replace J.C. Banks, and boy, he should get a nice round of applause. 75th minute. Versailles is on, J.C. Banks is off. Banks assists in the 53rd and the 60th minute.
And Versailles very comfortable in the center of the park. They're going to move Tanky to the outside.
Now making another change shortly will be Antigua, as Burton has it on the far side. Plays it back for Roy Gregory. Newton Sterling will be coming on here. The big striker, 6'4", from Jamaica. This ball's headed back to De Castro, I'm sorry. And Sterling getting ready to come in here for Antigua. Middle of the park, Mitchum. Gregory on the far side. High ball into the Rhinos' final third there, and Roberts will just clear this one. Up in the air, Montegavan clears it out of bounds, and there's a player down for Antigua. We'll see if he's the player who's coming off. There's a referee calling for the trainer. Don't forget the Rhinos are home again on Friday, May the 20th. That's this Friday, 7:30 p.m. as they take on Orlando. And we'll see if this is going to alter the plans of Tom Curtis as far as bringing Sterling on. 6'4", as we mentioned, from Jamaica. Has played in Norway, Sweden, Israel. So he's traveled the world. 77th minute. And I'm not sure if that is Smith who was down, because he's the player who's scheduled to come off. As Antigua Barracuda came in like 6-game winning streak, 12 goals scored, none against, but tonight they give up 2. As Stefan Smith is the player who's coming off. 78th minute. So 3 changes each. And Sterling comes on now. 5 games played, 1 assist for the big 6'4" Jamaican. The player who was down with the injury was Tamarley Thomas, so he'll have to go off and wait to be called back onto the pitch. So Smith, Christian, and Thomas have been pulled in favor of Burton, Gregory, and Sterling. 78th minute. Shots favoring Rochester 11-4. Corner kicks 6-1 in favor of Rochester.
I'll tell you, Akeem Thomas had something, because it's freezing right now.
The last 10 minutes, this strong breeze has brought the fog and a nice cold front end. It's a strong, cold wind that's ripping through Salem Stadium right now. I'm sure several of these players from Antigua say, how do these people live up here? As Versailles called for the late challenge on Orlando Mitchum. Drew Cost is going to be coming in now for Rochester as well. Long ball into the Rhinos 18. Gore. He's going to his head on into foul called on Tanky. Corner of the 18 on the near side. And a free kick for Antigua. Burton coming over to take this one. Mack also, he's served some good balls in. As the player who was fouled is still down on the turf. That's like number 7.
Giving up free kicks in dangerous spots like this is not going to make Bob Lilly happy.
Giving a chance here for Antigua to get back into this one. Mack again will serve this. Gasson Gregory also coming over to take a peek. A 3-man wall, corner of the 18 on the near side. There's Mack, left-footed service. The header across the 6. Still with possession, Mack. His touch is off the mark and cleared away by Tanky. Up to midfield. Hamilton heads it forward. And in a foot race there. He's going to lose that battle to Robinson. Looks like Drew Cost is going to be replacing Tony Donatelli. 81st minute, Cost stepping up to the midfield stripe. Waiting for a stoppage to enter the match. Mack cuts around Tanky. Quick one touch. Montegalvan, hard challenge, steps in to break it up. So Mike Donatelli comes off. You featured him at the start of the game tonight. And your thoughts on his performance?
Donatelli had a pretty good match tonight. I felt that J.C. Banks was the one who stepped up as the playmaker. We thought Donatelli would be a little bit more of a playmaker. But all three of them, Rosenlund, Donatelli, and J.C. Banks, did a better job tonight than we saw a couple weeks ago. Actually, last week, Donatelli and J.C. Banks did an excellent job. Rosenlund struggled a little bit, but Rosenlund stepped up tonight, and he's had a much better game than he did a week ago.
So Drew Cost, the 22-year-old, coming on to replace Donatelli. It's his third appearance of the season for Rochester. Bellamy blasting one downfield. Takes a hop. And then Harvey will clear it to the far side, looking for Dave Carr. Played with the Antigua national team since 2002. Sends his long ball, but it's headed away by Troy Roberts. Montegalvan bombs one downfield. He heard it from his team as he's got both arms up in the air. Gotcha.
Well, I mean,
be so quick.
He has so much space.
Yeah.
He's a smarter player than that. He's got to keep the ball. I mean, look at all the space. Why bomb it down the field?
Tanky. It's a Cost.
Drew Cost, I mean, another young player on the field. That's what Bob Lilly does so well, is he gets his young players time on the pitch. So when it comes to games where they're in the 1-0 battle, he's got guys that are going to be on the bench that could come off the bench at any point.
I think, Mike, we just saw a handball. Number 25, Randolph Burton. First one in the 83rd minute. Montegalvan will have a free kick here. He'll go short to Drew Cost. Rosenlund's got Tobin making the overlap, and he'll go back, though, to Roberts.
Drew Cost played at Penn State, was drafted to Real Salt Lake in the MLS.
That's a team in MLS who really has put the nice pieces together.
Jason Kreis.
Yeah, done a great job. I had my doubts, Mike, when he came in as a head coach.
Well, I mean, inexperience, and he's done a good job. He scored a goal against the Rhinos.
Yeah, he didn't have any positive things to say about Rochester, did he?
No,
the small pitch at the old stadium.
Yeah. I guess he just doesn't like losing.
I guess not, but who does?
2-1 match.
With the Dallas Burn at that time.
Yep.
Isn't that the game you scored, or was that Chicago? The Open Cup.
That was the game. That was the game.
Did you score?
That was the game. Yeah.
Overtime? Fans not happy with the referee's assistant on the near side.
Jason Kreis and I did not talk about that afterwards.
Great player and doing a great job as a coach. It's amazing to see the growth of the soccer-specific stadiums, especially in MLS, here in Rochester as well. There's Rosenlund, former Toronto FC player. Good ball on the far side.
Great vision by Drew Cost.
Quick one touch to Tobin. He's got space to look up. Comes in the 18. Still with it is Rosenlund. 3 players around him, and Hamilton gets the loose ball as he sends it just wide of the post. He says to Castro, hit it. Referee says no. A mix-up there, and Hamilton's on the doorstep.
Yeah, I mean, great ball by Drew Cost to Tobin. And Tobin on the ground keeps fighting here. Tyler Rosenlund trying to dribble through too many people, but still it gets deflected right to Hamilton. Good attack by Hamilton. It's a way to come out and challenge, though.
Goal kick coming up here for De Castro. Fourth change, getting ready to come in for Antigua. Alexander looks like he's the player who's going to be coming on. As now with it is Gregory. He loses it, though, to Rosenlund. Hamilton coming forward. He's off sides as just, I don't know if there was too many touches from Rosenlund or the timing of the run by Hamilton was off.
It's always a combination of both of them. So.
Well done. So Tamarley Thomas will be coming off. As Burton Lets this one get away from him. And this change in the 86th minute. Alexander is on. Tamarly Thomas is off. Alexander's only played 45 minutes this year. Had a chance here, add a few more minutes to his totals.
And he's wearing the infamous number 10. That's big
quite
time.
The honor, yeah. So 4 changes for each side. For Antigua, George Dublin, the only player left as a possible substitute, the 34-year-old. He's played in 8 games this year. He's played in every game so far for Antigua, except so far tonight. He's been shut out as Hoxie's going to come on for Rochester. The big forward. Long ball. Sterling with the header. Versailles. It's a high little chip in his own 18, and Sterling with a 2-arm shove gets away with it as Roberts boots off and down to the turf. Not sure what the call is, Mike. Did he make the call?
I don't know. Handball?
Hard to tell on the far side of the field, but Rochester will have a free kick. 87th minute, Joe Giuliano, Mike Kerbs recapping your scoring tonight. 53rd minute, Jagdeosingh got his first goal as a Rhino from J.C. Banks. And then in minute number 60, Rosenlund, his first goal of the season. J.C. Banks with the assist as well. And that's where we stand at 2-0.
And J.C. Banks really made both those goals happen. And in the first half, he was threading the balls through.
On the far side, Robinson stuffed there by Rosenlund. Time running out on Antigua as they'll try the near side. Tanky, he keeps this one in bounds with the flick. Montegalvan now. Tanky. Double team, goes back to Montegalvan. Good stuff. I like the way Cost is playing.
Very nice, very simple,
yes.
Very simple player. Played at Penn State. Very, very nice player, and just playing very simple and quick and not hesitating.
Harvey. His ball sent forward now. Swerved into the box. Tobin and Kitson again. Maybe a little miscommunication as this one goes over the near sideline. Hoxie's going to come on for Rosenlund. And this change in the 89th minute is their time for the big smooth to make something happen. This will be the 5th appearance of the year for the big man. Hoxie, 4 games played. This is number 5 now, as we said. No points yet after a 3-goal, 5-assist performance last season. And Rosenlund gets a nice round of applause from the hometown fans. This one's in the 18. Players looking for it. Sterling gets it on the left foot, and he's way up and over the bar. 1 minute of stoppage time, and at this time, let's pause for station identification. Goal kick.
Please enter and exit the field in section 112.
Kitson.
And Versailles, I mean, I like the way Versailles plays. I mean, he wins all the headers. And here
Versailles
he is in the 18.
Yep.
Plays simple to another simple player, Drew Cost.
Look at Cost, the magic.
Get a
the
goal.
left foot, the shot, and diving to his left. As Cost doesn't get all of that, he does deserve a goal. I like the way he's playing.
He's angry at himself, too. You know what? Although they're going to win 2-0, he's not going to be able to sleep tonight.
He wanted that one, huh?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Antigua, 1 minute of stoppage time. They'll try to put one last push here as they're looking at the 6-game winning streak. 2 minutes of stoppage time, I'm sorry. So 90 minutes plus the extra 2. Tanky still grinding and working hard. Off the thigh of Bellamy. Hoxie, nice touch inside. for Versailles. Hamilton to TJ Gore. Kenny Versailles. Wide open on the far side is Drew Cost. Slowly coming over to close him down is Roy Gregory. Tobin is overlapping, but no need to put it deep right now as they'll just keep possession in the middle of the park.
And it's nice to see such a young player. I mean, just, Tobin's making that run. It's not needed. You're up 2-0 with less than a minute left to go.
Tanky looks like he will just possess it on the near sideline here, slow it down, eat away at the clock. Versailles touch just outside of the 18 is Anthony Hamilton. There's Tanky. Hang on to it near the flag here on the near side.
And Hoxie's in the 18 just waiting for a cross. When you come on late, you got energy, and I understand he wants that cross.
He's going to get a cross now because Rochester just picks up corner kick number 7. And do they go short and eat away at the clock, or grant Hoxie and the other strikers their wish? They're going to go short with Tanky and Montegalvan is how it looks right now.
I've been talking about corner kicks a lot lately, and very, very indicative of the game. 7 corners to 1.
They're going to serve this one in the box. Flicked at the near post by Hamilton, and a good reaction save from DeCastro.
Great stuff by Hamilton, and that's a planned play. Great ball by Montegalvan. He's playing great balls from the corner tonight. Very indicative of the game. 8 corners to 1.
Absolutely lopsided. And as you look at the replay, and the good header, good save by the USL's top goalkeeper. And Montegalvan will agree with that. Good ball into the box. Hamilton again, carbon copy, and that'll do it. John Douglas brings this one to a close as the Rochester Rhinos pick up their 3rd win of the season over Antigua Barracuda. We'll come back with the post-game wrap. The Rhinos are victorious tonight on the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Maybe it's the lid switch? I don't even know what that is. Okay, do you see the inlet connector? The what? Do we have a coupling wrench? I'm guessing no. Okay, I'll call my dad. Dad!
Hi, honey.
The washer's going nuts. We tried the hose, the filters.
You tried to unplug it?
Huh?
Unplug it.
Get the answers you need fast. Roadrunner Turbo. At Time Warner Cable, we're moving technology forward.
Thanks, Dad.
I'll call a plumber.
A cute one?
No.
To bring you back to the connections that matter.
You've got lots of high-tech gizmos and gadgets. They help you shop, socialize, and stay amused. What you need now is a gizmo for your gadgets. Something that will keep your laptops, tablets, games instantly connected. Enter the Time Warner Cable Personal Mobile Hotspot. It connects your devices to our seriously fast 4G mobile internet when you're on the go. All your Wi-Fi gadgets, one amazing hotspot, one mobile internet connection. Order your mobile hotspot, then choose a mobile internet plan starting at just $39.99 a month.
Welcome back to Salem Stadium, and we're going to wrap up the TV side of the broadcast tonight. Mike, Rochester wins it 2-0. Jagdeosingh, Rosenlund with the goals, but the story is the man who set the table tonight.
Yeah, J.C. Banks was great tonight. He was playing on the right, playing in the center, going on the left, and he just kept, his movement was fantastic. So J.C. Banks definitely player of the match tonight. Fantastic match by J.C. Banks.
So Rochester now 500. They're 3-3 with 9 points. Next home game is on Friday, May 20th, 7:30 kickoff against Orlando. That'll wrap it up on the TV side of things. Rochester wins it 2-0 at Salem Stadium. For our TV producer, John Catalano, Mike Kearns, I'm Joe Giuliano saying good night from Salem Stadium with the Rochester Rhinos victorious 2-0 over Antigua Barracuda.